It's that time. It's time for the best damn marketing podcast on the planet. Whether you want to sell more products, more services, get more customers, or just make more money, this is where you need to be. Coming to you straight from the trenches and reaching across the globe. It's the High Response Marketing Podcast featuring the postcard pioneer himself, Bob Ross.
Well, welcome back. It's your boy Jake Lorraine, Bob Ross here. I had wanted to change the intro, and I was like trying to reach out to the guy that did my epic intro, DJ Brian D, because he was the best. But he passed away. He died. Did I tell you that, Gary? Yeah. Yeah, he died. I felt so bad. I think he died of COVID. So, yeah. I mean, I'm pretty sure it was like right that time or something. It's November. I mean, the guy, he died. So, yeah, it sucked. But I still kept that epic intro in for this one. I revamped my website. I've been working on that in a while, and I still have a ton of work to do. Carrie, can you check that on the 4K screen and see how it looks? Because we made it wider or whatever. You have no clue how much time and effort these things take. I mean, people could spend. Oh, I didn't. It's still freaking narrow. I wanted the whole thing wider. Refresh it. Is it still in the cache or whatever? I mean, why is it doing that? Goddamn websites. But check it out, highresponsemarketing.com. I'm trying to switch to I'm trying to put out more content. Less, and I feel that like people only go to websites for content. Like marketers and business owners in general, they make these websites and they put so much time and effort in them to make them look amazing and stuff. But people don't go to a website to see how cool your website is. Like, it's like, oh, let's go today and see how awesome it looks today. Like, people don't do that. But owners you start a website and you're like trying to make it look so much fancy. I'm trying to get away from that and just focus on content. I'm going to put out as much content as I can, YouTube, podcasts, articles, tutorials, and just content. So you actually go on it to see what's new. Because not everyone subscribes on YouTube. And if you haven't seen, I've got YouTube. I've been really doing a lot of YouTube videos. Like I've never done this many YouTube videos before, and I'm having a blast. I got to get more consistent on. I'm trying to do 4 a week. I'm also trying to but go on my website, highresponsemarketing.com, and sign up. If you're not already on the email list, sign up there. I'm trying to put out more content, but I'm also trying to force myself to put out little products every week because it was taking me like months to put out a course. Like, and you got to hype it up, and then you got to get all these affiliates together, and you got to make all this course, and then like you do all that work, and then then you got to do it again, and it's so much, and then you want it to make sure that it looks super valuable, so you have to make sure it's so long, and I would rather just give you really good information, put out quick tutorials, quick, straight to the point guides, make them really reasonable priced, and like $20, and just try to put one out every week. That's super value. That's like well worth it. And I was thinking like people like $20 a week, like it's nothing, like, and you don't have to buy one every week, of course. But if you see like information you want, spend $20, like it's nothing. And I was thinking like some people like they freak out, they got to spend like $20 on something, but they'll buy like a Starbucks coffee every day. You know, they have to have that Starbucks coffee. It's like $8 every single day, and they'll blow like a third of their paycheck on that, but they'll freak out at buying like $10, $20 for something that could go in their business. So I'm trying to keep these out. Keep these coming out. Last week I just did the Supersonic Marketer, which was great, and I got my print from scratch tutorial that was really good. We did that a few weeks ago, and I just Carrie, grab those menus for Stathis, those little food truck menus. This is really cool. We've got to deliver them. I just did 5,000. I don't know if in wherever you live, food trucks are a big thing, but it's really growing. And so one of my clients has a longtime customers. He's so funny. Has a restaurant, and he has food truck, and I just made some food truck menus for him. And you can see it on I'm also putting this up on YouTube. So if you go on YouTube, High Response Marketing, you can check this out too. But they're little 4x6 menus just on flyer paper. You can charge like $300-$400 for 5,000 of these, and they should only cost you like $100. I think I charged like $130 or something to print 5,000 of them. And that's a lot of them. But these are like perfect for like little food truck handout menus with food on them. So I'm gonna try to hit up more of these food trucks. There's a ton of them. I think it's a growing thing everywhere. And if you haven't picked up my print from scratch, if you want to make money from scratch selling print, which I think is one of the easiest ways to get started in local marketing, you should pick that up. Go on highresponsemarketing.com and go over to products and courses, and you'll see it in there. All my products and courses are in there. Well, most of them. I apologize if some of the links are crazy, especially like in the elite area. I'm working on it. I have so much stuff, and it is a lot. I would spend hundreds of thousands of dollars if I had developers working on this. So we're almost there, getting all this stuff so it's easy to use. I promise, we're almost there. I'm looking forward to having more successful students on the podcast, and which I'm going to stream on here too. And hopefully we can do like maybe use Zoom or something where it can have, if the student wants to go on it, and that way we can have them virtually on here. Dave Rodhams is one we definitely got to get him on here. He's pumping out cards like crazy. He already said he would. It's on me. Because if you go back in the podcast, like I have so many successful students, and tons of them are still doing it. Like if you go back probably like 6 years through my podcast, probably like 50% or more of the people on there are still pounding out cards or doing marketing to some successful level, which is, I just think, great. You can learn so much from people who are out there doing it just like you. If they're a step or two ahead of where you are right now, that you can learn something from them. So I really want to showcase successful students way more, having them on the podcast, maybe having them put together little guides. That's always good. I want to put more of a spotlight on successful students. And the last thing I wanted to talk about, which was funny. So this is kind of just an update of where we are, but I did want to mention the freaking Subway epic failure. I don't know if you saw this, but Subway, the sandwich, the foot-long sandwiches. You remember that, Carrie? They were foot-long sandwiches. Do you remember that? But they weren't foot-long. Do you remember? So I don't know if you remember. Carrie's 20, so she probably don't remember. But they used to have this big thing that was like $5 footlongs.
They brought it back for a little bit.
Yeah, right. And they had the $5 footlong thing and stuff. But they weren't. Someone like took a tape measure, and they're like, these aren't a foot long. They're like 9 inches or something. They're not. You're saying that these are foot long sandwiches or subs, but they're not foot longs. Like, and their response was like, it was like a term. It was just like a branding term. It didn't mean 1 foot long. It just meant it was a foot long or something like. And then now they have the tuna thing. It's not real tuna or whatever. They did like studies, and it's like 90%. Like, I don't know what they couldn't detect the traceable detection of tuna and what's in it, but they're obviously having problems. Subway is a place like I think for the most part, people don't even think of going to. They just don't. I don't know if they just lost their way or whatever. It's obvious the way the company just did this stupid thing, which I think they did another really stupid thing, but it was funny. Definite marketing failure. They just revamped their menu, like completely revamped everything to try to get back, people back into going to Subway. And they gave away, or were ready to give away 1 million subs, okay? Like yesterday. And you'll laugh at this guy. I was just looking up the thing. I think it was Tuesday, okay? 1 million subs. They could give away 1 million subs Tuesday from 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. Like just 2 hours, like a 2-hour period. You had to go in and you had to mention that you wanted a free sub, and you had this 2-hour window of time, and which is barely anything. And they didn't market it. Like they did none. Like the franchisee, they sent all the franchisees to tell all the people, send them home early on Monday. We're close every store down at 6:00 so everyone's refreshed and ready to go for the free sub giveaway. And every single franchise operation was allotted 50 free subs to give away, which came out to 1 million free subs. And they showed up Tuesday. No one, some sold a couple, some sold, this is nationwide, and no one knew. There was no advertising. I had no clue. I saw it show up on a news feed. No one knew about it. Now you can be sure that if McDonald's or Burger King were giving away a free Big Mac, that would be, everyone would know. They would push it out on apps. They would run commercials. I think it would be smart if they ran a EDDM. What if you ran a postcard and just sent it? That's why I love EDDM. If you're a business owner or you're helping business owners, I think this is a great way to get every single person in a neighborhood know. You run a sale. If you're running a big event, you can let every single person in neighborhoods and the general neighborhood know instantly. Our studio's falling apart here. We just put it together 5 minutes ago. It will get better, I promise. This is the podcast, dude. This is the High Response Podcast Studio. Held together by literally duct tape. We use duct tape. Command strips and duct tape. So head on over to highresponsemarketing.com, products and courses, and support the building of a better podcast studio behind there. But anyways, I think it was an epic failure on Subway's part. I think it's just funny how bad they butchered that. And I don't know what my point is, but maybe that even if you see big companies, they make terrible mistakes too. They make really stupid mistakes too. And EDDM, I think, is a perfect way to just let every single person really cheap in a community know. If you have and I say that to business owners all the time when I'm selling EDDM and postcards, I'll say maybe you don't like junk mail, maybe you hear, junk mail and this, but if you want postcards get seen, there's no junk. It's not like envelopes you have to open, but also it's stuff that people want. So if they have a boutique or whatever, or a food, any kind of food, pizza and stuff. It's people love getting local stuff in the mail. How often do you get something from a local business in the mail? You really don't. You get stuff like credit card offers and major corporation stuff. You get something that you actually shop at or someone really local. It's pleasantly received in the mail, but it's an instant way. I don't know any other form of advertising out there that you can just do and instantly every single person. You can put a blimp. I tell people you can put a blimp up in the air and fly it around, and everyone's not gonna see it. You can run a radio ad. Everyone's not gonna listen to it. You can run a TV ad. Everyone's not gonna be watching TV at that time. You can run a Facebook ad. Not everyone is scrolling Facebook, and even you can't run ads and just show it to everyone on Facebook. It don't work that way. Postcards, there's no opt-in list. There's no filter. You just send it. You say, these are the areas. Every single person instantly knows about that sale. I think Subway would have done better sending EDDMs out. I mean, you're giving away a free sub, but okay. I will. I don't know how long we're gonna do these podcasts. I was hoping to do one every week. That's what I'm hoping to do, but I don't know. Subscribe on Spotify, iTunes, Apple Podcasts. It's everywhere. And head over to my YouTube channel, highresponsemarketing.com, and subscribe over there. I'll see you next time.